Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today for the Untangle 101 webinar series. Today, we'll be going over Untangle's NG Firewall product, what we do, and how it can help you in your network environment, and then specifically go into the details of upgrading to 14 and find out all the features and details that you're missing if you haven't upgraded yet. So if you're unfamiliar with Untangle and just kind of want to learn what we've recently released, then this webinar is perfect. My name is Shannon Bonfiglio. I'm part of the marketing team here at Untangle, and I'll be your host today. I also have with us one of our sales engineers, Eric, who will be taking us through the presentation and demonstration today. So next slide, please. Great, thank you. So just a few housekeeping rules before we get started. If you have any audio issues, please be sure you are selecting the correct audio preference. On the right-hand side, you'll see you can either use your computer speakers or use a telephone. If you do decide to use a telephone, you will need to use the access code that's provided. As a reminder, this webinar is being recorded, so you'll be able to rewatch or share this webinar recording with anyone you wish. The webinar will be available within 24 hours after this has ended on our Untangle YouTube channel. And as always, we have a few staff members on hand to help with questions on the back end. So please just submit any of those questions through the Q&A chat box on the right-hand side. And if we don't get to your question, or if you have a very specific question, whether it be for support or sales, you can email us at support@untangle.com or sales@untangle.com. And with that, I'm going to pass it on to Eric.
All right, thanks everyone for joining us today. Like Shannon said, we're going to talk a little bit about Untangle and what we do, and specifically some things that we've added in version 14. If you're new to Untangle, some of the features that are really important when looking at the Untangle as a product: low cost, completely subscription-based software solution to fit most SMB budgets very easily, simple plug and play, cost-effective. Save lots of different costs by leveraging existing hardware or using any other possible turnkey appliance or virtual environment that you can think of. Lots of different ways to reach our support group. Of course, there's email, there's phone calls, live support, forums, etc. There's lots of things you can do to reach us. Very proactive. There's alerts, notifications, reports, all available within our system. In addition to communicating with our support team, we also have the ability to remotely connect into the system to help with situations that you might run into, as well as you having the ability to remotely connect into the same box. All of this combined makes for a very seamless and almost transparent solution for your network. I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the things that we offer. So first thing, the software platform for deploying network-based security and policy applications, completely Linux-based. There's several apps that we employ to do that exact thing. We can inspect traffic simultaneously and enforce both policies and rules to keep your network protected. Admin panel, database, reporting features, all encompassed within that app, those apps. And our reporting, of course, live customizable reports that enable you to really drill down and view a really good overview of your network and traffic passing through it. Specifically, our apps can kind of be broken up into 6 categories, as you can see here. Firewall, intrusion prevention, phish blocker, virus blocker, those are all meant to protect your network from external sources. Filtering, web filter, SSL inspector, app control, spam blocker, ad blocker, content filtering to make sure that your users are only going to places that they should be. Performance, bandwidth control, WAN balancer, WAN failover, web cache to make sure you're getting the most out of your internet connectivity. Advanced connection options, IPsec, OpenVPN, Tunnel VPN, as well as a captive portal as a means for leveraging authentication or acceptable use policy on your network. Management, directory connector, policy manager, and of course our reports. And lastly are some additional applications like branding manager and live support that provide just some additional customization features that you can utilize on your appliance. As you can see, there's several different ways to deploy the Untangle. We're primarily a software product, so that makes it very easy for you to deploy on virtually anything that you have available. You can deploy us on our appliances, our hardware. You can also get your own hardware and install our software directly onto it. We do also support virtual environments like VMware. And recently, we've also added the ability to actually implement the Untangle directly into the cloud through like Amazon AWS. On top of the simplified multiple various ways to do deployments, we also optimize performance in several different ways to make sure that you're getting the best possible solution. We're a hybrid cloud product. That means that we have the ability to both manage it from the cloud as well as directly on premises for your gateway. We also implement intelligence that's powered by cloud databases. Virtual pipelining is the way that our apps actually inspect traffic that's passing through us. Instead of using proxy chaining, we use virtual pipelining to allow our applications to inspect the traffic simultaneously to remove latency, so that it's a much faster process. All this leads to a lighter hardware footprint. That means that you can run this on smaller, cheaper hardware, again, depending on whether you decide to use ours or your own. Speaking about the cloud intelligence that we were just mentioning, Scout IQ is our cloud-based threat intelligence platform. What this does is it aggregates telemetry data anonymously from across all of our NG Firewall deployments all over the world. And we do that to identify threats seen in the wild as quickly as possible. Scout IQ is included at no additional cost in our software. Command Center, cloud-based centralized management for NG Firewall allows you to easily manage multiple site deployments without the need for additional hardware. You can get alerts, threat history, logs across all sites or specific sites, depending on your needs. You can manage licensing, all of your software updates, backups, all of your actual administrative needs can all be handled right here in our Command Center. Command Center also lets you clone, edit, and push policies across an entire fleet of devices. This allows for very quick turnkey solutions where you can easily spin up and deploy a firewall within a very short period of time with little effort involved. All of this will lead to reduced management overhead and associated costs. Here's a look at of the appliances that we offer on our hardware platforms. The X series is a new appliance product line that we've just recently introduced. This product line is intended to provide a lower cost to small businesses, but yet still provide a solid platform for your network at that lower price point. We still also offer the U series, U25, 25W, etc., and the M series for the larger campuses and corporate businesses to support the larger networks. Some of the key differentiators between us and some of the other solutions that are out there. The Untangle is built specifically for small to mid-sized business deployments. It provides enterprise level security, but at a consumer level ease of use. It's browser-based, completely responsive administration. We use advanced reporting, leader in the industry, reports on the box that comes for free included. Our default settings are automatically tuned to most real-world use cases. Those that don't have default settings, our wizard-based configurations make it so that you can apply quickly and easily the configurations that you need for those applications. We also offer policy management with global top-down approach as opposed to complicated, starting from the ground, working your way up. setting up the firewall and then building up your network behind it. With our product, you can do the opposite. You can have an existing network and easily slot us in without much effort involved. Many comprehensive bandwidth shaping capabilities, including the ability to do user quotas and even implement penalty box-like features. All of our upgrades have the option to be automatic. All of our application-based upgrades are completely seamless and automatic behind the scenes. They happen without any need to interact with from the administration. And our firmware upgrades also provide the option to manually or automatically be installed to minimize your downtime without the need for any intervention. The other key differentiator is flexibility and our competitiveness. It's a software-based solution, so because of that, you can deploy it on literally anything. Our hardware, your hardware, virtual machines, cloud, whatever fits your need. Our software is free. You can download it directly from untangle.com. The platform itself and a selection of our applications are free. And any that aren't, we do include a free 14-day trial for all of those apps for you to use and decide whether or not they'll fit your needs before you actually have to purchase them. And again, our cloud-based central management and on-box reporting comes included. There's no extra cost for that. And you also don't need to worry about having additional hardware to run any of that. A quick recap of things that we've implemented over the last few versions. Version 10, that was when we implemented a new network infrastructure. We introduced a new kernel, and we added, was originally an HTTPS inspector, now SSL inspector, and ad blocker. Version 11 added the ability to see and filter based on MAC addresses. We made some major changes to virus blocker, spam blocker, web filter. Some of the cases we were changing out the backend provider databases. Others, they're just overhauls of the apps. IPsec VPN, L2TP, we added XOF support to IPsec VPN in this version. We also updated license management and intrusion prevention in this version. Version 12, complete administrative interface overhaul. We've added the dashboard, new reports, made everything more responsive. I also added the ability to you create firewall rules for geolocation filtering, so you can block traffic to or from other countries that you may or may not be doing business with. We also added UPnP support. Changes were made in apps, SSL Inspector, Directory Connector, Web Monitor. Again, SSL Inspector, we changed the name, we changed what it's able to do. We added the ability to inspect secure SMTP traffic in SSL Inspector. Web Monitor, that replaced our Web Filter Lite offering. So now it was just monitoring instead of offering the free, not category-based filtering app that we had before. And it overhauled Directory Connector. Version 13, we added some improvements for handling buffer bloat. We added a lot of new features for user tracking, like tags and the ability to add triggers to utilize those tags in other rules. We added Tunnel VPN. We made several changes to Captive Portal and updated both of our VPN apps, OpenVPN and IPsec. And now the new stuff, version 14. Significant SD-WAN improvements, making it a much more robust offering as far as utilizing an SD-WAN model through the use of our Tunnel VPN. It's a brand new OS and kernel on the back end. Reports and dashboard have been retuned again to make for a much cleaner, user-friendly environment as far as utilizing that. And we also did a significant amount of work on intrusion prevention as well. Talk a little bit about the actual reasoning for and what we're adding in version 14. As I said, we've added more control, more visibility, more options to what we can do with SD-WAN deployments through our Tunnel VPN and some enhancements to our wireless capabilities. Business continuity and reliability with Wi-Fi failover. What we've done is we've added the ability for you to have a wireless interface now act as a WAN, not just an internal interface. Also, the OS and kernel have been updated or adjusted again for better performance and hardware support. And now I'm going to quickly jump over to our demo to show you some of the new features in version 14. So this is our dashboard. This is the screen that you see as soon as you log into any Untangle. This is a quick overview of what's going on in the network. Completely customizable, utilizes our reporting engine to show you very quick, off-the-cuff, quick look at how things are going on your network. And it also is a good way for you to see if there's something going on that you need to address. Our apps. On our demo, we have everything listed here. A lot of these are free versions. And they both don't work in conjunction with each other. Put them here so you can see them. Some of the major changes related to version 14 as far as apps are concerned is our Tunnel VPN. Go ahead and open this up real quick. What we did is we added in Tunnel VPN the ability to create more specific rules to your tunnels when you're creating them. In addition to that, we also added the ability for you to, excuse me, the ability for you to select which interface a VPN will actually be passing out to the internet on, and have the option to NAT or not traffic passing through this tunnel. These key features will play better into SD-WAN deployments on more complicated networks where maybe you don't want everything to pass out to your SD-WAN deployment and you want to stay local or you want it to pass out your local gateway. Offers much more flexibility for what users can do. Config, this is where all of the, I guess you'd say, under the hood settings are concerned. Not a whole lot has changed here. The major change in version 14 is our reporting. The reporting engine has been updated to allow for easier drill down reporting capabilities. A really good example of this. Let's go ahead and load our top categories by size. Let's say, for example, you are getting a lot of complaints about people on Facebook. You come in here to top categories and you can see, yeah, there's a lot of social networking activity going on here. In version 14, we've added the ability for you to click on this pie slice and it automatically gives you the option to add a condition so that it'll automatically refilter everything by social networking. Not super handy in this report, but what this allows you to do as an admin is switch over to all web events. And this report will automatically be pre-filtered to only show you traffic that's passing in the social networking category. Then from there, you can add additional filters to show, I don't know, maybe you just want to see Twitter. Now only Twitter traffic is showing up. Or you might want to see a specific IP address traffic. And you can add additional conditions doing that here. 192.0.2.59. And again, it'll reset the whole report. Now it'll show just social networking from that IP address to make it a much more robust engine that's easy to use for an admin to see exactly what's happening on the network and to be able to react when something's going on in the quickest manner possible. I'm going to go ahead and reset that view. And of course, we've also cleaned up the actual display a little bit to make it more user-friendly as far as being able to quickly see what's happening, make adjustments. All of our options are now at the top of the screen instead of some down at the bottom, it's on the top. The only thing that is still at the bottom of the screen is the add button for creating new reports. And if you've never seen that before, this is how you would create a new report. Okay. And I know I kind of went through that kind of quick, but I wanted to showcase primarily what we changed in version 14 in this one presentation here, so that we can quickly get through everything. At this point, hey, Shannon, do we have any questions that maybe I can help answer?
Sure. Some people are asking about, when they can upgrade and how they can easily upgrade, if you want to kind of cover that.
Sure. So right now we're still in the very early phases of the upgrade process. So the simplest way to get access immediately is to send an email to our support team, just requesting that access. They'll need the UID, of course, to be able to add that to get access to the upgrade. But we are going to be rolling this out like we normally do, slowly to the entire population. So you will get it eventually anyway. But if you need it sooner or want to take advantage of it now, a quick email to the support team will get you set up, no problem.
Great, thank you. There are some questions around, the free versus the paid applications. If you want to maybe kind of highlight, the differences between those.
Sure. So the majority of the free applications, Web Monitor, Virus Blocker Lite, OpenVPN, they're all open source. So they're utilizing, for example, Virus Blocker Lite. It's using Clam. Still a great antivirus engine, but doesn't include things like Bitdefender's engine and the cloud-based Bitdefender scanning that full Virus Blocker does offer. One thing that is worth pointing out, though, in Virus Blocker Lite is even the free version has access to our Scout IQ, so that scanning will happen even if you're using our free version. Most of our other free apps, firewall reporting, as you said before, those are applications that really just they're there for ease of administration, not necessarily content filtering. That's the significant difference.
Great, thank you. Just to also comment on that, we have a variety of apps. We have over 30 apps, and you don't need them. Sometimes people don't need them all. So we do have a variety of packages and stuff that kind of help with you if you're not ready to get the whole blown networks, solution. There is some questions around geolocation. If you maybe want to pop in the demo and show where that is.
Yeah, I'll do that. Go back over here. So that's in our firewall app. And geolocation, when you create a rule, let's see, we'll pick on Canada today. Black Canada. You don't want anybody to be able to get to websites in Canada for whatever reason. What you do, you scroll down here to these client country, server country. Client country is used if you want to block traffic coming from a country. Server country is blocking traffic going to. So then we would just add Canada, set the action to block, done. And we can assume that probably you'd have other rules there as well, and you might want that to take precedence, so you can then just move to the top of the list like that. And that's all there is to it. Again, it works in both directions. So if you wanted to block all connectivity to and from Canada, you'd create a second rule using client instead of server, and then nobody would be able to see or receive anything coming from Canada.
Great, thank you. Let's see. Some people are asking if they need to upgrade to 14 immediately, if there's any security vulnerabilities. No, there's not. I mean, there are security updates are always applied, but there's no like immediate rush to upgrade. So it's not like there was some major breach or something that happened.
Right.
No need to worry about that. Let's see. Someone's asking about hardware compatibility. We do have a variety of appliances that Eric mentioned on our website, and we do have hardware requirements listing on our wiki that can help as well if you're trying to size out your own hardware, or if you have existing hardware that you want to utilize. We did have a community webinar on 14.0 when we released 14 last month. So if you want to have very specific technical information about what that release was, you can check out our past recordings on our website. That is where Dirk Morris, our founder, goes through technically all of the features that were upgraded and updated with this release. Just trying to see all the other questions that are coming in. There are no different hardware requirements to upgrade to 14, I don't believe, right, Eric?
Correct.
Okay. Let's see. All right, I think our staff members are getting the questions answered on the back end. So why don't we continue, and I'll stop you if anything else comes up.
All right. Just quickly, some recent recognition, things that we as a company have earned. This year we won gold in the Stevies for customer service and technical support. We've also had info security, coveys, lots of different things that we've been actively participating in. A little bit communication about our communities. Right now, our IT community, we're sitting at in Spiceworks, which is a 6 million plus member community. We're #1 best software firewall and content filtering appliance, voted by those members. Our community forum at untangle.com, forums.untangle.com. We're currently sitting at about 47,000 members, very active, as you can see, hundreds of thousands of posts. Really great way to get some peer-to-peer support. If you have questions about specific hardware that you might be interested in trying, create a thread in our forums. Chances are very good that somebody is familiar with it, or at least knows enough about what you're using to be able to give you some quick, really good feedback about what does and doesn't work. And it also works really well as a great self-service tool. So if you have a quick question, more often than not, you can get an answer relatively quickly there. Here's some things that our customers are saying about us. As you can see, some of them are pretty happy with us. And I'll pass it back over to Shannon.
Yeah, just one quick question. Maybe you can, because there have been a couple of questions about the difference between Tunnel VPN, IPsec VPN, and OpenVPN. If you want to maybe just briefly go over that.
Sure. So OpenVPN is our free VPN offering. It's certificate based. We do have the option to utilize two-factor authentication, so you can also require a login as well as the certificate in the client itself for them to connect to the VPN. IPsec is the paid version VPN. This is the one that is the most compatible for site-to-site deployments. It works with virtually anything else that'll use IPsec as its connectivity. And then, of course, that also includes for client-to-site connectivity, L2TP, XAuth, and IPv2 connections. for individual clients. And then lastly, our Tunnel VPN. Tunnel VPN is intended for SD-WAN deployments, like we talked about, where you set up a tunnel to a device in the cloud or to a hosting provider, or alternatively as a means of anonymizing your traffic or privatizing it through the use of third-party services like Nord or ExpressVPN, or those sorts of things. Tunnel VPN is also free, and one thing to point out is Tunnel VPN really can be considered almost as an extension to OpenVPN, because most of the deployments that you see in Tunnel VPN utilize OpenVPN.
Okay, thanks, Eric. Appreciate that. Hopefully that explains it to a few of the people that were asking. So just while I have you guys on, I would always like to mention our promotions that are going on. If you're new to Untangle or you have an older subscription or appliance or license of Untangle, we do offer some promotions for that. So we have our security upgrade program. If you have Untangle or you have a competitor's product and you're looking at us, we offer trade-in specials or trade-up specials for that. So, if you're kind of on the fence about it, just give us a call and see what we can do for you. We offer some special pricing for that. And we know a lot of you use us at home. We love our home users, but if you are thinking about putting us in your business, give us a call, see what we can do. We have some pricing, special pricing for that as well. And I would like to take this moment too. SYSADMIN Day is one of the holidays that here at Untangle we celebrate, since the majority of you are all sysadmins or IT admins or whatever you want to call yourselves. That's the end of July, July 27th, last Friday. So we are doing a special treasure hunt sweepstakes. So stay tuned. Next week we'll be revealing some information about that sweepstakes and what you can win, the prizes, and how to win. So follow us on Twitter or our other social channels to stay up to date on that. And we'll also be posting it on our website. So stay tuned. Next week we'll be kind of sharing those details. So we're excited for that. And I think that's about it. I don't see any other questions that came in. So if we didn't get to your question, if you have a very, very specific question, I know there were some questions about how Untangle helps and hardware questions, please just give us a call. We're happy to talk to you, whether it be support or sales, or email us. And we'll be happy to get those questions answered for you. Thank you, Eric, for the great demo. And thank you, everyone, for joining. Hope everyone has a wonderful rest of the week and a great weekend.
Thanks, everyone.